Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! It's out of work you go, and you blame it all on Peter Dinklage. Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! You won't get work no more, and it's all Peter Dinklage's fault. Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! Hi ho! What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends, big and tall, big and small. Welcome. Now listen, you might recall last week I did a video talking about Peter Dinklage and how he took offense to the reboot of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yeah, you might recall that. I was one of the first people who broke that story. Yes, I was. But anyway, Peter Dinklage says that, what the fuck, man? It's offensive. Are we still doing this in 2022? Have I taught you people nothing in my high profile role on Game of Thrones? We're still doing this shit? So he complained about it. He claimed that Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was demeaning. Some might say belittling to little people. And of course, Disney heard him because Disney cares about the little people. So Disney said, you know what? You're right. We're going to update this thing where we don't have to use dwarves. We'll use something else, So Peter Dinklage went on his self-righteous way and everybody felt good in their virtue signal. And that was that. Until recently. Okay, I saw this article in the Daily Mail, and it seems that the unintentional fallout of Peter Dinklage's blow up is other little people that might have been able to get employment playing the dwarves. All right, so let's talk about this story, guys. This is in the Daily Mail. Like I said before, I will leave the link in the description below if you care to check it out. And it says here, exclusive. Peter Dinklage just put 7 of us out of a job. Dwarf actors fury at Disney for canceling 7 Dwarfs from Snow White remake because the woke multi-millionaire Game of Thrones star said they were offensive. Dwarf actors have reacted furiously to Disney canceling the 7 Dwarfs from its Snow White remake after Game of Thrones star Peter Dinklage called them offensive, saying the decision robs them of work and the chance to fulfill what for some is a dream role. Speaking to DailyMail.com after Disney's decision to rethink the characters, multiple actors and agents said there are plenty who would have happily accepted the jobs that Dinklage, a Golden Globe winner, who was paid $1.2 million per episode. What the fuck? Really? I didn't know that. Doug, you got paid $1.2 million per episode. Now you have to consider how many episodes of this damn show were there. Dude, you have no cause to be complaining about anything. And he probably gets tons of ass too as a little guy because of that high profile role. A Lannister always repays his debt, they say. I can't believe it. But anyway, he got paid that much, and he said that these roles for dwarves were backwards. The actors say Dinklage is not the authority on what the community as a whole finds offensive, and that in canceling the roles, Disney has done far more damage to them than good. And of course, that's true, because as we know, everything woke, say it with me, goes to shit. That's right, audience. Everything woke goes to shit. Okay, so when they go down this road trying to act like, yeah, okay, we are going to look out for you people. We're down with the struggle. Right on, brother! They have no idea what they're doing. Okay, it's condescending. And as a black man in America, man, I can relate to that because this is what I was talking about years ago when black people allowed themselves to get railroaded into the mindset that said that only black people should be able to do black voiceovers. I remember doing a video about that. And I said to myself, why? Why you want to marginalize yourself? You know what I mean? Why? It's voiceover work. It's work. You know what I mean? When you look at the demographics of America, you must realize that if you want to go down that road, the majority of opportunities will be for white people. You know what I mean? So you can jump on that bandwagon if you want to your own demise and your own destruction. This is what I'm talking about. But no, we still have people who want to be loudmouths and try to pretend that they speak for everybody. This is kind of like what we were talking about on last week's Dark Council when they were trying to act like the name Slave One is offensive to all black people. And you only have like a handful of black people, okie doke black people who want to try to act like they're talking for everybody. Nobody gives a shit. We enjoy it for what it is, as we have for generations. So, in this case, with the little people, you have Peter Dinklage appointing himself as the spokesperson for everybody with his $1.2 million paycheck per episode. And he put all of these other people out of work. Keep in mind, like I said on the last video, Peter Dinklage played a dwarf. He played an imp on Game of Thrones, the role that made him famous. You know what I mean? So some people could say that that was demeaning to little people, but he played it. And sometimes you just have to be great. Sometimes you just have to be good at what you do. Instead of always trumpeting that it's me, I'm the one who's blazing a trail for everybody, I'm the one who's opening up all the doors. No, sometimes you just have to do the damn thing, you know? And that actually creates more opportunity just by being the best that you can be without all the extra identity politicking and virtue signaling, you know? Because you see how the shit can go wrong, as you're seeing in this case right here. So let's see what else this guy has to say, because he had to say a lot. Some are now begging Disney. They're begging now. This is what Peter Dinklage has reduced them to, begging Disney to bring the parts back and are begging for the chance to audition for them. It makes me sick to my stomach to think that there are 7 roles for dwarves that can't get normal acting roles, or very few and far between roles, and now they're gone because of this guy. I know, that's my little person voice. It's not the best, but I'm trying, guys. You know what I mean? I know it's offensive because I'm not a little person at 6'5", you know, and a half. But I should be talking more like this. Peter Dinklage is the biggest dwarf actor, probably of all time, but it doesn't make him King Dwarf. Dylan Postal, who played Hornswoggle, his name is Postal, he's going postal. He played Hornswoggle, the leprechaun, in WWE for 10 years. You might know of him. He's also acted in The Muppets, and he told this to DailyMail.com. When he was cast as a little person role in Lord of the Rings or in Game of Thrones or in Elf or this, that, or the other thing, those checks cashed just fine. He had no issue then. But now he wants to be progressive. Come on, man. All right, he's channeling a little bit of Brandon there. Come on, man. He goes on to say, oh, they show some pictures. He goes on to say, I don't know if Peter Dinklage is still acting or if he is done now, but I don't know. It's pretty selfish. People came before him. If it's his mindset that he wants to be the only one, then you gotta grow up, man. I think Peter Dinklage has done all the growing that he's going to do. I don't know if you meant to say that, dude, but, you know, I can't help it. It's not helping our community. It's taking jobs away from our community that are very few and far between as it is, he said. In the story, Postal added, has become, the story, Postal added, has become the latest victim of our woke nation. There it is. We are in a society in a time of woke and progression, and I get that to an extent. But this is a fairy tale. This is a fairy tale about Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Dwarves are one of the focuses. They are literally in the title. When I grew up, all I wanted to do is be a professional wrestler and work for the WWE. When I was 19 years old, it was a very good year. He says, when I was 19 years old, they were casting for a leprechaun, a person of my stature, to be an on-air talent. I could never in a million years have gotten a job with WWE as one of their main superstars. I am not 6 foot. I am not 250 pounds, but this role as the leprechaun was made for me. I can feel that, man. Yo, Peter Dinklage is an asshole. For 10 years, I got to live my absolute childhood dream as Hornswoggle the Leprechaun on WWE. If a dwarf just dreams of being an actor and in a Disney film, then this role is made for them. You're taking these roles of not just one, but 7 little people away because you feel like we have to make progression? It's so stupid. It's just dumb. You're doing worse for the community than better. Woo! Dude, that's that. Listen, I know he's in the WWE. That's a hell of a SmackDown there, buddy. Postal said he would jump at the chance to be involved in a big budget Disney film. To be in a remake of one of the biggest fairy tales, biggest Disney stories of all time would be enormous. I know me and 6 other little people who would love this role. Disney, call me. This would be a dream role for me. I'm begging for one. All right, and they talk about some other dwarves or little people or midgets or whatever they call themselves who would also feel the same way. So, once again, we have a situation where somebody appoints themselves to be the spokesperson of everybody while they're sitting pretty somewhere to the loss of the average people out here who are just looking for these opportunities. Peter Dinklage, shame, 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 like your sister Cersei, shame on you for doing this and for being, I'm sorry, I don't mean it, but short-sighted about all of this, okay? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is a fairy tale. The dwarves are mythical forest creatures. They're not made to actually represent the little people community of the real world. You know what I mean? That's like, did you take offense at The Hobbit? You know what I mean? And they actually had people who weren't little people playing those roles. We could have had actual little people playing Frodo and Bilbo and Merry and all of them. You know what I mean? But because of this mentality, you marginalize yourself and you cheat yourself and others, as it turns out of these opportunities. So I just wanted to point this out, guys, because once again, it's a teachable lesson. You know, it's a teachable moment. People need to understand this, man. Whatever community you come from, if you find yourself in danger of being one of those marginalized people, sometimes you have to have the larger view. You know, you have to have the bigger picture in mind before you start shooting off your mouth and limiting yourself in where you could go. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to put that out there just so you can see what's going on, man. I don't know. Hopefully Disney will rethink this, because if you take away the dwarves from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's no longer Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's something entirely different. And future generations will be cheated from enjoying that story. You know, so anyway, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. You can catch me on Twitter. You can catch me on Odyssey. You can catch me on Rumble. I'm all over the place, guys. Look me up. And until then, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening, guys. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.